Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smitt?
What's up, Weber? I'm Smitt, that's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers, and this is the Wager Maker Podcast. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We got picks, we got MLB, NBA, hockey just got over, all kinds of stuff going on tonight. We'll run down our picks from last week, get into picks for this week. We'll try and get you some winners. Webb, this is episode number 64 of the Wager Makers Podcast.
It's amazing. I never thought we'd make it this far. We're limping brick by brick, baby. Limping to the finish line. 64 was an easy number. I had two coming to me right off the bat. Randall McDaniel. I don't know why I remember some of these numbers, but number 64, big dude on the Vikings. I don't know if I remember him. I'm not sure how, but anyways, he was a big dude. I think he was a guard, left guard. Yep. Then also Jerry Kramer from the old Ice Bowl on the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame or whatever. He came up. I knew that too, but I wanted to double check it. So those were two that came to me. I'd give it up to either one, but Randall McDaniel I like just based on his name. So. Right.
I know you wouldn't like Jerry. Like I had to look these up a little bit, but I did remember, like you say, Randall McDaniel when we were growing up. Vikings, he was a great guard. Jerry Kramer was kind of before our time. Yeah. But obviously, we've seen the pictures from the quarterback sneak. Bart Starr crossing the goal line in the Ice Bowl.
Yeah, the Ice Bowl.
He was the guy that threw the big block against the the Cowboys in the NFL championship game. That was 1967, so before our time. But we've seen the video of that play a million times.
Over and over, yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Dave Hunt and Chris Tashin, Freehold Borough alums, former number 64s on that one. But but I can't say even, like I say, Randall McDaniel, I kind of remember seeing him play, and for some reason, like you say, remember him as an offensive lineman. So those are two good ones I got. Hey, if anybody's out there, let us know during the week. Next week will be number 65.
65.
These ones are getting tougher. The 60s have been tough for us. If you got an idea, let us know. So
I don't have anybody for 65. Like I usually know by now who I'd pick, so I don't have anybody. So I will be doing some research. So it's a good week to reach out, people.
So we have a great day today. We had 4 Major League Baseball games today. I think tomorrow there's like 6 or 8.
Yeah, there's both. There's AL and NL. It starts at noon instead of, I think it started at 3 today. You gotta love it. 3, 5. What was it, 3, 5, 6, and 7 or something? There's 4 games too. They start at 3 and almost every hour, which is beautiful. Kudos to Rob Manfred. Maybe he's fucking figured it out, and they're moved to the bubble, which is even better for the next round. Tomorrow I think it kicks off at noon through like 8 o'clock. We got games, so it's great, man. Love it. Big day today. Big day. Yep. And then last night, Webb, the Tampa Bay Lightning finished out their long trip in the bubble with the NHL, with the double. They had a double bubble right
going on in the NHL for a while, and made it through. Finished off their season.
Yeah.
Congrats to the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was great hockey. The whole bubble experience for that was great. Man, I love the hockey. The hockey was awesome. Every other game was OT. I mean, OT. I think they had a couple of triple and even a quad 4 OT game. The Lightning, kudos to them. I was on them. They were very, very good to me through the bubble. I'm curious to see if they're going to do a parade down there. We got to talk to Jeffrey, see what the plans are for them down there. But that's good for them, man. Like I said, they were good to me. It's funny. They were the number 1 seed last year. I didn't remember any of this. Who got knocked out in the first round by the 8th seed. So. Little revenge for them. I would have had some heavier money on them had I remembered that. But they were good to me. So good for them. Good for us. All right. Congrats to them. Good series. All good series. I mean, it's just good, Webb. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we were really thinking about playing sports and whether they were going to play sports, whether we're going to be able to do this at all. Obviously, NHL made it through all their season. The NBA is just 1 series away from finishing through their series. Major League Baseball, man. Early on, the teams were dropping out with the COVID, all this shit. They made it through to the playoffs. Only 2 teams didn't make the full 60 game scheduled. I think it was Detroit and Cardinals. So we're into NFL now. So I'm just happy to sports. Like I say, this is playoffs extravaganza going on right now. But we
Christmas morning.
The NFL Webb this week had their first setback, I guess you could call it. Tennessee, they're playing. I think they played the Vikings last week.
both of those teams have got guys sitting out this week and closed up their facilities this week.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to hockey. I think they had 0 positive tests the entire time, which is fucking unbelievable, and just a testament to how they did it and how farsighted and forethinking they were. So Gary Bettman, I know he's not the most popular guy with hockey fans. I'm not too familiar with the gripes, but good for him. Whatever he did, they figured it out. And like we said, the hockey was great, man. It carried me through, and it was even more exciting than most of the other stuff that was going on. So good for them. Now back to the NFL. But the smartest thing the NFL did, they said, Goodell came out and said, this was not unexpected. We knew some shit like this was going to happen, and we're going to roll with the punches and move on. Games are going to be played Sunday like they were scheduled to play. And, dare I say that there's some common sense and some rational thought being parlayed. Now, nothing, the sky isn't falling type thing. So good for Goodell, good for whatever planning committees or whomever, knew this was coming or whatever was going to happen. And let's kick it off, man.
Right. So, it's just a big NFL. It's going to be a really a big part of the season this year. Whoever makes it through this thing without having to deal with as much COVID, without having to deal with these things and being able to get all the practice time in that they can and all the game planning time that they can, and without losing players for games. I mean, the team, it's really, you're always about game planning and always about keeping your team healthy, but this is even with the COVID just adds that much more into it. The teams that are really adhering to the guidelines are going to have the best bet of winning this thing when it's all said and done.
More than likely, yeah. I think somebody knows tackles out of the Titans and someone else, maybe a safety, and so they're missing significant. That's you got to make up whatever 60 defensive snaps in the middle of your defense there. So that's that's significant. And plus they're 3-0. They're 3-0, right? Are they 3-0? Tennessee's lost, but they're thinking down the road here, So it's interesting, like you said, and we did think that. You heard people say that people who stay healthy, COVID-related healthy, would be beneficial at the end, and it's starting to, week 3, we going into week 4, and here we are having it's pop its head up. So
right, all right. So going into week 4, I think it was like considered week 5 or something like that in college football.
Right.
Last week we had kind of an up and down sort of week. We went 5-5 in NFL plays, Webb. So obviously, so that knocked us down. I said last week we were number 11 out of 65 teams in the sportswatchmonitor.com. Now we're number 13. So it took a hit, but we're still right there after a couple wins. I think last year, after a few weeks, we were like so far out of it. We're like, shit, man. But, and we're a little further down in college, and even college football this week, I think we went 6-6-1 with our 13 picks. So obviously we didn't break the bank this week, but we also didn't get hit either. So.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, listen, we're still floating above water. And then the college was tough. I mean, it was the first week of the SEC. Right. I was really fucking furious on Friday, that ridiculous backdoor cover. I don't know who Friday night was. They all kind of blend together.
That was the UTSA, I believe.
Yeah, and that dude just threw up a heave with no time. We actually got lucky because I thought they might have even kicked a point there, and they would have lost by 3 or 2 or whatever. Then it would have, instead of a push, it would have been a loss. So, but they were winning the whole. That was just the definition textbook of the backdoor cover. Just pull it at the end of the, literally not looking. The Eli Manning pass it into the end zone, and the dude just caught it. Shitty play by the cornerback, and that was it. So.
For no reason.
Exactly.
Other than for us. Yeah. And then, but the biggest bad news from the week. So we went up and down. Biggest bad news of the week is the fucking chickens. The chickens got us. That's what
I was gonna say. If we went 500, the chickens. We were up against the chickens. I think all 5 games, right?
Yeah. Well, the 5 game. Yeah, the chickens. The chickens went 3-2.
Right.
In the nationally televised games, and we went 2-3. So now we're officially 1-1-1 after 3 weeks against the chickens. So
right,
we got to do better this year, this week. They had they started out good on Thursday. They took Miami. We went with Dirk Diggler and got screwed.
Yeah, we got
they were on the Bears, and we got Nick Foles did. Falcons. We got Falcons. We got Atlanta Falcons. We'll get into the Falcons. We'll talk about the Falcons in a second. We did have the Packers against the Saints. That was a good pick for us.
Yeah.
The chickens are turning out to be real homers. We had the Cowboys. They couldn't stop Seattle, but that we had to over on that too, which was a good play. And then on Monday night we had the winner, KC. If you want to give me KC in points, I'll take them. We did. And so we turned out okay on that. So.
And how can they got to teach this kid Jackson just to shut his mouth, because he's coming out saying they're our kryptonite or whatever he said. How are you going to say it? You're going to play him again in the playoffs?
Right.
So you just have zero confidence then.
Right. You're just letting everybody know that you already don't think that you can beat them.
Right. You can beat probably, but not them. And that's who you have to play to get to the Super Bowl.
What about, wasn't Tennessee? Seemed like Tennessee was the kryptonite. They whooped their ass in the playoffs. That was the team that actually knocked out Baltimore out of the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
That was bowling ball. Derrick Henry just bowling balled them.
I mean, if you get up on Baltimore, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar Jackson has yet to shown really that he can throw from behind. He can throw and make passes and plays when things are going well and you're even up.
Still
you don't
know
what
you're
he's
still in the
pass.
playbook. You're
Right.
still in that,
Right.
You didn't get punched in the mouth yet.
Right. So still can't believe that game didn't go over. We fucking scored like 17 points in the second half. I was reading some things saying Vegas was like dying for it to stay under. Maybe that, but
of course.
Super high.
Lock.
Super high over. Ended up 55.5. We were one field goal away. They were in field goal range in the end. Didn't kick it. They missed a field goal, missed an extra point during the game. Fumbled in the red zone, all kinds of shit. But that's the story of life here in the gambling world. So
that's right. And it seems like the kicking woes have continued. I remember talking about this last season, how the kicking just sucks. And it's a Cowboys kicker blows just like he did last year. Different guy, same shitty kicker. But even these championship teams, the Ravens and the Chiefs got these kickers missing kicks, and they're supposedly like the best kickers ever. So
the Chiefs guy was the one that he won the game against the Chargers last week with a 53, 54 yarder.
The Cowboys, dude, he won it, and he missed an extra point.
Yep. And that's my kicker in fantasy too. So I've been watching. He kicks a weird fucking ball, man. It starts out to the left and comes back to the right, but sometimes it just is way too much. At first, it looks like he duck hooks it, and then it comes back. But then the missed extra point, he duck hooked it, then it came back all the way and hit the right upright.
Yep. Right.
He's got a weird looking kick. Usually it's a nice draw or even a little fade. This is like a hard. It just doesn't look right. So I don't know, something to keep an eye on. Wager Maker Survivor Pool Web. Rough week for me in the Survivor. I went with Arizona. We're down. We lost 3 more people in the Wager Maker Survivor Pool, so we're down to 5. Okay. So my boy Chad Arnold is in there. Daniel Adams, Doug Walsh, Gary Frangione,
nice,
Marty Johnson, and you. That's it. Yep. That's the 5. That's the 5 that are left in there. 1, 2,
the easy one this week is.
Actually, that's 6. I guess it's 6. So.
Easy week this week is a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple games. Rams maybe.
That's
maybe Baltimore to bounce back.
I saw Baltimore, Green Bay maybe even, and then there's another one.
Yeah,
but I got to stay away.
Man, the primetime games this week are garbage.
Thursday night's horrendous.
But even this week, Sunday night, it's the Falcons and the Packers, and I think the Jets or somebody's playing somebody shitty's playing. Maybe the Giants are shitty playing no. Somebody's playing the 49ers. That's crap too. We'll get to those in a sec. Yeah, the Eagles. The Eagles are playing
Thursday.
Right. So
Thursday. That's part of the. Put these teams that are never on Thursdays or something.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get them their prime time action.
Right, that's to kind of live up to some contract or something.
You got to be a real gambling junkie like us to watch the shit Broncos.
Hell yeah.
So
switch back and forth.
Right. Our Wager Makers College Pick'em Pool. I fell from first place to fourth place. Webb. Lil Saint the Goat, my rapper buddy. My man with the beats, he moved up to number 1. He's got 12 wins. Webb, you're in second place with 11. Reed's got 11. I'm in fourth with 10. Rev G's got 9. Scott Weekly's got 9. The intern's got 9. Angry Wave has got 6. Todd Lewis got in it late. He's got 6. And Chad Arnold, I think a couple of these guys might have missed the thing, but a few of those guys got 6. Speaking of Webb, so my boy Little Saint the Goat, right? Him and my boy C Really. They fucking want to do a rap for the Wager Makers, right? Okay. So the issue is they're trying to mix in a few of our clips, like
right, yeah, I got it.
So he says I don't have a catchphrase. I need to get a catch. Webb's. He's like, your boy Webb's got brick by brick. That's a good one. It's gonna be in there, brick by brick, baby. And
There
then
you go. There you
and
go.
then but he's I need a catchphrase. You got what can you help me out? I need a fucking catchphrase. And then
All right, we gotta.
is there something I usually say, or is there something that I could say now and then start saying it all the time?
We'll have to see. I have to start paying attention. I don't know. We'll have to play back. I'll have to go back through these system tapes, the archives.
We'll have to listen. I have to. But listen, real quick. I need a good, clean, brick by brick, baby, from you. Say it like 2 or 3 times in a row so I can get it.
Brick by brick, baby. Brick by brick, baby.
Say a little oomph, man.
Brick by brick, baby.
There you go. All right, I'll send them those over and see what we can come up with there. And,
we'll get it at the end. We'll get it at the end.
Yeah, but we're gonna have
Put me on the spot.
So we're gonna have a fucking rap, a wager maker's rap.
We need it.
And even Lil Saint the Goat's #1 in the college pick'em pool. He's a big Gator fan, so we got some games coming up with him this week.
Like the Gators this week.
That's our pools. That's everything. Don't forget thrivefantasy.com. Make sure you guys check that out and use promo code wagermakers, and you get a free matching, 100% of your money matching for in there. So don't forget about that. So, Webb, would you any takeaways from this week with the college and pro football?
Just college, great to have the SEC back, and the quality of those opponents, at least on paper, look real good. And some upsets there. The LSU went down pretty good. Interesting to see Mike Leach out there with his team, and then also the other maniac with Ole Miss. They look pretty good for a while there too. Kiffin. So I'm just excited, and the ACC, I love to see. I'm waiting to see Notre Dame get beat up once they start playing some of these other ACC teams. But same thing, backdoor covers and the rest of the shit that's going on. But it's great to have the laundry list of games, the games that it takes up the whole phone screen when I'm looking at them instead of just a couple games there.
Right. So I do have one bone picked about one of the games from Saturday afternoon. So you came out here. We know the teams. We know most of the teams and shit. So you come out with this fucking Liberty,
yeah, whatever his name is.
The wise guys know about this. So I'm thinking you're thinking some like wise guys. These some fucking cats you listen to on Sirius XM radio. The wise guys you talking about?
That's it. That's sharp money, baby. Yeah.
That fucking dudes don't know shit. We got our own pocket. We're the fucking wise guys.
They should be listening to me. That's no doubt. That's right.
Fuck that shit, man. You start getting some confidence about yourself, Webb.
Oh, dude, I'm all good. I'm all about it.
Fucking telling me about some dude you listen to on the fucking radio.
Some advice.
What the fuck's that guy?
I'll take a winner.
Fucking Liberty. Liberty did fucking no good.
They won, right? They didn't cover though. Did they win? I don't even remember. I was disgusted.
I don't know. I don't think they won. They might not have won.
I hope they didn't.
Two or something stupid.
Right.
So let's move on. We're going to move on to some shit here for a second in the NFL. Speaking about, there's a lot of shit out there, Webb.
Shit everywhere.
Who's the shit? Number one, who's the here? The Giants or the Jets? One of them scores. One of them 36-7 against a fucking team that against the Jets were. I actually was like, man, I'm not ready to take the Colts.
No, you're like that's what you said. Yeah, I was like, okay,
come to play somewhat. 36-7.
The first play of the game, I think he threw a pick six. It was 7-0 by the time I sat down. Yeah. That was easy money, but they are no good. They just that I don't understand. I don't understand how Gase got the job. They are going backwards. They're going to say he's going to get fired. I guess they play Thursday. That's what it is. And they say if they lose, he'll be fired by the weekend.
10 days. Get ready for
that. Right. That's what they were saying. And then they'll give it to Greg Williams again. But he ain't no great shake. It's not like the defense is any fucking good. So I don't know. And then the Giants lost to literally a team of backups, entire team of backups.
Decimated. Like no quarterback.
Literally the whole entire team.
Out. The running back Mostard is out. Their best offensive Kittle is out.
Yep.
Bosa was out.
The other
defensive
guy next to him, Solomon Thomas or whatever his name is.
And then the list goes on.
Richard Sherman was out. Then the other running back got hurt.
Yeah,
and someone else came out. Yeah, right. And that they literally, I read something where it said that the Giants are like the 34th. They're not even the third. They're not even the worst. There's teams that are worse than them, like the backups, like a backup team that you could take, like the depth chart. The second team of the Niners beat the first team of the Giants, so that makes the Giants like the 34th best team.
So they and not only that, but
32.
Everything that a gambler looks at, the Giants had, like the Niners played on the East Coast, and they might
every little mother.
New York. But they played on the East Coast last week.
Yep.
And then they played on the East Coast again this week.
Again,
That's just for all the time.
Yeah.
As a gambler. And then they lose. They didn't lose. It was 36-9.
They got shellacked. The dude has so many He's got more turnovers. I read some ridiculous stat. He's got more turnovers than touchdown passes or something. He's got like over 32 touchdowns, over 32 in 16 games or something like that. He's averaging 2.5 or over 2 per game.
Unbelievable. I just thought these guys want us to talk about the Bills and here you go. Here you go. We're talking about
Giants. And it's the 1 and 2, the probability for the first pick. Number 1, New York Giants. Number 2, New York Jets. That's the probability.
And then what do? Do they act like they have a quarterback either team?
That's right. It's great. And it's crazy. Then I saw like the next one down the line, like the number 6 pick is going to be the Redskins, and then the 7th pick is going to be the Eagles. That's a hell of a division.
The whole NFC East. So the NFC, the Eagles tied this week, and they gained ground on everybody in the division.
Unbelievable. I don't know how they could be talking about Carson Wentz. That is a crime. That's a crime. If you're an Eagle fan, that's a crime. You just gave him $110 million, and you're going to bench. That's a crime. You can't overcome that. You can't.
Unbelievable. Okay, then we'll move on. Let's talk about some more suck. And this suck. It's okay if you want to suck, but don't suck and cost me money. I had a 14 parlay, Webb. So it starts out crazy game. Bills. I love the Bills. They start out.
Everybody loves the Bills. Yeah.
28-3. I'm like, oh man, I was right on this shit.
Oh yeah.
Right on this shit. And then they go, and then all of a sudden they're losing 32-28.
Yeah, the Rams are good.
Well, the Bills are good.
Yeah.
And so the Bills come back down and finally score. Like, okay, cool. And the Steelers struggled a little bit. I had a 14 parlay. Steelers struggled a little bit, but then they caught the rhythm, covered, no problem.
Yeah.
Third game, I forget what was the third game I had in that parlay.
I was counting the money there for a minute because you were up on all of them.
And they were up by the Falcons were laying 3. They were up by 16 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley was running wild
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I forget who the other one of my 14 parlay was, but it was pretty much a done deal. And then all of a sudden, then the Falcons just start being the fucking Falcons. Webb, only 2 teams in like the history of the NFL or something stupid have given up leads like this over this amount of time. The stat was here somewhere. I don't remember. Something ridiculous. Something ridiculous.
Horrendous. I don't know how the dude keeps his job. I mean, that's a lot of talent. If you read down some of those names, I mean, there's first rounders, Hudson with Hurst, Gurley, Matty Ice. They got 2 starting offensive linemen. There's 2 of them that are first round picks.
Pathetic.
He does. Ever since what's his name left, Shanahan went to the Niners. He's been dick. Nothing.
Unbelievable. Garbage.
Yep. Horrible. And I'm off of them now. I'm done with them. So I didn't bother with them this week. Let me see if I could pull up your parlay. No. I don't know, Smitt, but it was.
There was one other game that I won, but I think I was 3-1 on that parlay, and it was like I started focusing on the Bills because like what the hell's going on here? So I'm like really concentrating, focus on the Bills, and I turned my head for 2 seconds, and Tampa Bay.
That's what it was. Yeah, that was easy. They're getting some. They look like they're getting some momentum going. So. They're good for the suicide this week too.
Yeah, that's going to be a good team. I liked them right from the beginning. People didn't jumped off the bandwagon real quick when they lost.
Right. That's
going to be a good team, dude. That's going to be
a top 5 defense. Yeah, they're going to be right there. They're winning that division. They'll be right there. Yep. Certainly in the NFC.
Oh, it was the Bengals. I took the fucking Bengals. I took the Bengals +4 to the Eagles, and they went all the way down to the wire, went to overtime.
Yeah, that's right. It was in that's right. It was. I'm like, okay, you didn't win in this one,
right? And then fucking Falcons,
the Bengals, baby.
Fucking stupid mother. It's 20. I always say on Facebook, 28-3 never gets old. Well, it gets old. Shit gets old when you got
on the other way. Yeah, it would cost you $1,000.
Stupid ass fucking fault. My own stupid.
$1,100. Matter of fact.
Yeah, $100 parlay for 4 teams, $1,000.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get right. Let's see. We got a few more things. I wanted to make sure we talk about the shit teams. And NBA Finals, Webb. They're here. Who do you like? I think it's somewhere around for the series, somewhere around 3-1. We got the Heat, who we've talked about a lot, and how hard they play, and Butler and all that.
You gotta love Jimmy Butler coming out and say, "We're not the underdog. We're the favorite." Yep. Fucking love that. It's the best. That's what you should say. Yeah, I'm on the. Listen, I think it's going to be good. They have trouble. The Lakers have trouble defending the three. These dudes are going to jock up some threes, man. So. I am officially. I'll pull it up right here. I'm on. I did bet the. I think I bet a plus 290 or 390.
I think it's probably 290.
Where's the series? NBA Finals Game 1 is 4.5 and 217.5. October 2nd. Let's go. There it is here. Yeah, plus 275. I got it at plus 290 when it's dropping. So I do like. I don't know that they can get it done. I mean, we did mention this, that we're going to talk about LeBron here for a minute. We do kind of take him just for granted. I don't know how much help he really does have. Anthony Davis, he may be a win. Get you a game. I don't know if that's going to be enough. LeBron's going to be a constant throughout. I just don't know if we go 1 through 5 or 1 through 9 on both of these teams, that's going to equal out to not taking anything at all away from LeBron James. He's going to have a triple-double every fucking game of the series. I just don't know. So I think it's going to be good. I think that's a lot of value in taking the Heat in the series. So that's why I did it. I'm rooting for them. I'm not the biggest Laker fan. I'm not an Anthony Davis fan. I don't have any issue with LeBron at all. But I've just become a fan of the Heat through this bubble thing and how their style of play and how tough they play. So, but I base my decision on.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't necessarily think the Heat can beat the Lakers, but I'm going to be rooting for them. We've let this be known how I feel about Anthony Davis and how he left Pelicans and all that stuff. So I'm not going to root for them. But I think somewhere in the shuffle with the Jordan thing and the argument LeBron Jordan, man, LeBron, dude. The dude comes to play every fucking day. This dude is unbelievable. He leaves. He's got 26, 16, and 10 every night. He doesn't hit triple doubles. He's got almost
he
triple 20s in some of the shit.
Right.
I mean, he's unbelievable. I mean,
he's Jimmy Butler, but way better. I mean, he just does everything. Whatever you need to do to win, he does. Right. He'll make winning plays. He'll be the point guard. He'll be the rebounder. He'll shoot threes. He'll drive, he'll defend, whatever you want. The dude's 35 years old, been doing it since the first day he was in the league. He did it with the with the Cavs. He did it with the Heat, which was a little fucked up, which tarnishes that whole press conference type thing. That's, I think, what leaves a lot of a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. It did for me for a while. And then he's doing it with the Lakers here. And this Lakers team is vastly, vastly, vastly. If there's LeBron James isn't on this team ain't nothing shit. Of course. They're the Pelicans. Right. They're Anthony Davis's Pelicans. Right. So
sitting around saying there's not enough players around here for it.
Right. So, I mean, without him, this team is not even, maybe, an 8 seed in the playoffs. Certainly not a favorite in the NBA Finals. So, obviously LeBron is the man. Losing a one-on-one game to Michael Jordan is not, that's by the hair of by a skinny hair is not it's not nothing to be ashamed about.
And certainly even at this point, anybody who makes the case for LeBron, I can't argue with him anymore. You know what I mean? I'll still believe in Michael Jordan and his will to win or all that kind of stuff. But man, LeBron has been, LeBron's turned my head in the bubble here and maybe see the light a little bit on his side of the story too. Cause he's pretty unbelievable. So, all right. So, we got anything else, or we want to get right into the picks and get it rolling?
I just was curious what's going on with Earl Thomas. I don't know how someone could fall from it. This kind of reminds me of Antonio Brown a little bit. Just how this dude is literally fallen. I mean, if the Cowboys would have pulled this trade off whenever that, I guess was it last season? I guess it probably was early in last season when Earl Thomas said, "Come get me," or whatever it was. The Cowboys, I believe if the Cowboys would have made that trade, they would have gave this dude like $60 million or whatever the highest paid safety numbers were.
Yep.
And whatever, it's 6 months later or 8 months later, he's punching his teammates and he's toxic. He cannot the Cowboys are dying. Me and you could play defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys right now. And same thing with he was at the Texans today, and they did not sign him. They have a couple guys that went on IR, 2 of their safeties. Same thing with the Chargers. They just had a corner go down, and they had Derwin James was out. Chris Harris Jr. just got hurt. And another one of their safety, they called up the safety from the practice squad. I just read this article earlier. It's how come I know so much. But I don't understand how you could fall from grace just in literally an all-pro was going to be a highest paid safety, certainly less than a year ago, and now he can't get a job.
Right. I mean, it's just
desperate teams.
The shit going on in the locker room must just be
right. We don't know.
World.
We don't know.
Out of this world.
Tip of the iceberg, right? I mean, the Cowboys literally could win that division left-handed, and they just need someone to stand back there. So
right. That game last week was on the Seattle and Dallas was 2 teams with no secondary whatsoever.
At all.
And just up and down the field, up and down of both teams. Both teams.
The Cowboys were like there was dudes running, eating sandwiches, sitting down, talking on the cell phone, catching touchdown pass. I mean, they were just wide the fuck open. So for them not to even sniff him, to avoid him like he's got COVID or something, it's there's some this dude is radioactive. So I had to mention that. I don't know what happened.
Because you can obviously get him for a bargain now.
Dude, he'd probably, whatever. Just let me play. Let me just restore my name here. Let me get it. Let me start having some money come in instead of money going out. I mean, he ain't hurting for cash.
I was watching football this Sunday, and I thought the Houston Texans would be a perfect spot for Antonio Brown. For Antonio Brown's land. They could really use some help on that fucking team from the outside. Fuller's just not. They're not. I mean, they lost Hopkins. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Fuller. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, and Fuller's nothing. Right. He's
that was the case of a coach wanting to prove something. Well, you proved that you're 0-3 now.
Yeah, exactly. Your playoff run is over.
Right. So listen, you know what you need? You know what coaches need more than anything? Really good fucking players.
That's absolutely right. It's funny how the best coaches have the best players. Right. Exactly.
Right. So all right, we talked about the chick picks. We'll do the primetime NFL games first.
Let's do it, man. Ready.
Not the primetime, the national televised games first, because we're just big. Okay, so Thursday night, Webb, a real stinker of a fucking ball game. I have the chick picks here, right here. We'll do our picks first, and then we'll show you then we'll do the chick picks, or maybe I'll just add the chick picks at the end this week, since they just sent us a video with a chicken talking shit and tell them what the picks are. So
man, this is a tough one on Thursday, huh?
Tough between shit and shit. How can you take the Jets? I mean, I know the Broncos aren't good either, but how?
Who's starting for the Broncos? They're starting Ripken's nephew, Mark Rippon, not Ripken. Mark.
Yeah,
Rippon's
I think the guy that played last week isn't playing this week.
No, last week was Jeff Driscoll from Florida. He actually beat the Cowboys last year when he was on the Lions. This week it's Rippon from Boise State. They're missing everybody. I don't know that the Broncos. You know what? Jets are home plus 1 point here. I don't know. You know what? I would have to take the Jets in this game, believe it or not. Just because they have a guy that they started the season with. That's the only rationale.
All right.
I mean, I don't know.
My money will not be on this.
I'm not playing this. I mean,
but I will. I will, for your sake, I will go with your Jets if you feel strongly.
I don't. I mean, who do the Broncos have? Rippon. They don't have any running back. They don't have any receiver. Their best defensive guys.
Their games have seemed more competitive, if that's even a. They lost 16-14 to Tennessee, but that was before their quarterback situation.
Right.
And then they lost 26-21 to Pittsburgh, but I think that was also, and then it was 28-10 with Tampa Bay. But there was times in that game where they were within 10 points, let's say, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean the
Jets are 36-7 and 31-13 is the last 2 games, and then in Buffalo they stayed within 10. I don't know. Well, let's go with the Jets. I'll take the Jets at home. We'll owe it to if we lose.
Yeah, now that'll give us ammunition, right? Exactly. This is a no lose, right? This is a no lose.
So we're going. Wager Makers is going with the Jets. Just so you know,
they could technically lose, and we could still get a push.
The Broncos.
Good.
The Broncos.
All right.
That's good. So now we need the Jets even more. We've lost each Thursday night to the
Chickens are undefeated on Thursdays, huh?
Or at least I know the last 2. I'm not sure about week 1, but I know the last 2. So okay.
We had Chiefs week 1. I don't know what the Chickens had. And the Chiefs won and covered.
We might have both had the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on. The early
So the
game.
Chickens are undefeated though on Thursday night.
Yeah,
If they win, this will be 4 in a row here. Let's see what happens.
impressive.
We got to
Impressive.
remember that.
Impressive.
We'll have to remember that just for the
right.
the
Maybe
pocketbook.
we'll start taking them.
Exactly.
The next game they picked is the Saints versus the Lions.
This is another one I find weird. Michael Thomas, I'm assuming, isn't playing still. That high ankle is going to linger.
Probably.
Kamara did look good, and Emmanuel Sanders starting to get the ball a little bit. And then they got that. Is that other dude playing? What's his name? Number 10?
Yeah, Traquan Smith.
That's it. He looked like pretty good.
He's not doing much. He's not doing much.
The game I saw, he had a couple catches, I thought.
Jared Cook is playing pretty good, tight end, but he might a little banged up.
Saints -4 and 53.5. I'm gonna actually I like the under just from looking at it here quickly. I don't know, man. The Lions are really that bad. They're real banged up too. I'll take the Saints on a comeback here. Saints in the under.
I don't like the Saints. I don't like the Saints at all, but I'll take them. If you got, I'll let you take. I'm letting you take them.
I know that the injuries are long and plentiful on the. I don't have a lot of confidence in the Saints either.
The Saints are not playing well.
Would
Go
be
on road
under this game.
They're just not. They're overrated. Saints are overrated. You heard it here.
Right.
I got some shit from some guys on the Facebook when I posted a little funny meme that showed Drew Brees I'll have to show it to you later.
Yeah,
always taking the shortest pass.
Always 2 inches.
And some dude came to me and was like, "Oh man, you guys are."
Gonna pick this game for the Chickens, right? So let's.
What's up?
Let's take the Saints are going to change the Homer Chickens are going to take the Saints. So let's take let's take the Lions. We'll take the points at home.
All right, we're taking the points with the Lions. We're taking
my
points
pick on this game is under. I will be playing that.
I don't like the under on that, but that's we'll get to this. We'll get to all the NFL games like that too. Also, we can win in a minute. Patriots Chiefs. That's the afternoon game that'll be nationally televised, I believe.
I'm on the Chiefs -7 there.
Okay, us and the Chickens are on the Chiefs. Chickens are on the Saints, just so we know.
Yeah.
Next one is the Eagles and Niners.
This is, to me, I'm going to take the Eagles +7 here. This one, that's a striking number for Nick Mullins to be the quarterback here. They haven't really played anybody, the Niners. They're real banged up. We went through their entire history. I feel like,
are you sure Garoppolo's not? I mean, it's just to let everybody know we're doing this on Tuesday night this week. Usually we do it on Wednesday. Probably might not be posted until Wednesday night anyway, but I think Garoppolo may be back this week, if I'm not mistaken. And
maybe that explains the line at -7. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still going to take the Eagles. I'm still going to take the touchdown.
We'll take the Eagles plus the points, and then Monday Night Football, we got the Packers and the Falcons.
7.5. That's a big half. The Packers are looking real. We can't take the Falcons, so we could take the Packers.
Right. All right. So the Chickens took actually the Eagles and the Packers.
Okay.
And the Chiefs. So really, we have two differences.
All right. So the Saints.
We have the Jets. Our lives are for the Jets and the
Lions.
Saints.
There you go, baby.
And the Lions. That's the two differences that we have.
There you go.
So. All right. So let's just go do NFL Web. I was looking at a total. We can go right down the list.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was looking at a total on Monday night, and it's super low. And I know the Jets and the Broncos are crappy offensively and shit, but I think it's like 40 is the total.
I got 40 here. Yeah, Jets, Broncos -1, and the over's 40. I don't know who either team is going to throw the ball to catch it and do anything with it, or hand the ball to. Because even Melvin Gordon's hurt, I think, right?
All right. I don't know. It's Tuesday night. It's too early to tell.
I would take, gun to my head in this game, I would go with the Jets or.
Well, I was just thinking about maybe taking it over.
Or the over.
NFL teams. I mean, they can't get together on a few touchdowns. I don't know. Or if their offenses are so bad, they can't get a defensive touchdown.
Right. Well, I don't know. That's very. Again, I would go over versus under, and I'd go Jets versus. But that just sucks. There's no players.
All right. Well, stay away from that. I was just bringing that up because it was so low. So we got the Jets on Thursday night. One game, the first game I see Saturday, Webb. I love because I'm a Nick Foles fan. You probably don't like Nick Foles, but the dude just fucking wins football games. He comes in, he gets his team to go. And the Bears, they're 3-0. They always fucking play decent. Here comes the Wager Maker Express coming. They always play decent, and they got a good D. Obviously,
that's your catchphrase. Here comes the Wager Makers Express. There you go.
Here comes the Wager Makers Express. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is a good one. We should even maybe we'll even get the train sound in there.
Right. There you go.
Next time it comes, let's just be quiet for a minute. I'll isolate that, and we'll be like, here comes the Wager Makers Express. All right.
That's great.
All right. So,
I do not like the Bears. The Bears are doing it with mirrors. Nick Foles is a fucking career backup. They're just lost what is his name, Cohen. That's a tremendous offensive line for the Colts against the one thing the Bears do have is those couple D linemen. I like the other way in this game. I do like, and the Bears are getting points plus 2.5.
Well, so we're gonna have to not play this because Bears is my favorite. Me and you, we'll have the battle right now and say this is one of my on first review. This is the game I like more than anything.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears are in. They're 3-0. They ain't going 4-0.
The Bears have been one quarterback away from doing major damage for the last 5 years.
Yeah, then they're still the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. Nothing's changed.
All right. Well, here's the deal. I'm on record. I like the Bears. This is going to be our matchup for next week. We're gonna talk about this one. Bears versus the Colts.
2.5. Colts minus 2.5. It's just a better team.
That's gonna be we're gonna fucking talk some shit about that. All right. All right. We'll move on. We'll move on from that one, even though that was like going to be like, oh, we're playing this shit.
5-star pick. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next on the list is Jaguars and Bengals.
I like the Bengals. I'm off Dirk Diggler here. I think the Bengals have the feel good going for them here. I think they love Joey Burrow. They don't have much talent, but neither does Jacksonville. Jacksonville, I think, is probably almost exceeded expectation again already. This is another tough fucking game, but I'll lay the 3 with the home team in this one.
Man, and I've been on Joe Burrow's fucking for every game this week, but I'm not ready. I mean, I disagree. again.
I'll take the Jag. I mean, you can take the Jaguars if you want.
The deal is, okay, the Bengals went to overtime, a full overtime period last week. The Jaguars played a Thursday night, and so they got all kinds of extra days of rest. They got to me, they look terrible on Thursday night, but the Bengals, they have not won in years, it seems like, and now they're going to lay points to somebody. I don't team teams. I mean, I don't lay points with teams that don't win games. Yeah, and I love Joe Burrow. I think they're on the cusp. I think he's going to be great. I've talked about him a million times on this show, but I'm not taking the Bengals in this. I'm not laying points with the Bengals yet. I'm not. Right. Unbelievable.
Fair enough.
All right. We're gonna have to come up with some picks here. All right. The next one.
Find something.
Yeah. The Browns, Webb. Getting
points.
Easy
one for me. The Browns are easy. Take the Browns all day plus 4.5. Cowboys cannot stop anybody. They have one player on defense, and he's Aldon Smith, who could just disappear. We can never see him again. So every other player sucks. Jalen Smith sucks. DeMarcus Lawrence should be arrested for theft, and they're horrible. The offensive line is in disarray. That's an easy pick. Take the Browns.
I like the Browns in this one. What about that's a high over? Are you thinking about after the display I saw with Seattle and Dallas last week? Maybe Odell Beckham can run up and down the field.
I don't see that the Cowboys defense being any better. They're still in that same. There's anyone who was hurt is still hurt. Maybe they'll simplify the coverages. I don't know how that would help. With Beckham, Landry, I don't know who else the tight end. I think it's decent, right? That 56-55 it is a lot. Cowboys will score though. I will tell you that. They'll be throwing the ball around, so that's a decent bet too. But definitely the Browns.
All right. Saints, Lions. We already said we would take the Lions in that one, plus the points. Do you have a line up there for the Steelers and Titans, or that's probably not up there yet with the COVID situation going on?
No, I got nothing for that. Nope.
Okay, moving on. Seahawks go to the Dolphins, laying about 6.5, 7 points.
6.5 I got here. This one seems easy to me with the Seahawks. That's just they're outclassing them here. I don't see how. I mean, they'll keep it close for a while, but I don't see how they could win this game, but this could be one of those, bookie get rich game here. They win by 3 or something. But I'm not betting the Dolphins for sure. I'd like to see Seattle. 54.5, I think, is high too.
Right. I'm not taking. The Seahawks obviously would be the play there, and maybe we can come back to that one if that's one of those ones where they travel all the way to the East Coast and lay in the touchdown. I don't know if it matters where they're playing at. Chargers with their rookie quarterback go to the Buccaneers, Webb.
It's another easy one. This is Tampa Bay -7 all day long.
I like that.
And they're banged up too. We just mentioned how they have some stuff going on in the secondary. Justin Herbert's playing well, good for him, but they just don't have the horses here at the end, and they're just getting started down in Tampa Bay. So I mean, Godwin's out.
They're going to get better every week.
Yeah,
they're
Godwin's out, but I think you're going to see more Gronk, and then Cameron Brace, and then the other Howard. And plus, they got a couple running backs, and that I'm not even mentioning what's his name. Evans had how many touchdowns last week, and the defense is top 5, so that's easy.
Yep. Ravens go to Washington, but laying a bunch of wood after the loss on Monday night.
13 points. I mean, this is tempting. It's always crazy to lay 13 points. It's really not a away game. It's right down the street, around the corner. I do not see Washington scoring more than maybe they can score 14, maybe 17. So if you think you can get to 28 points with Lamar Jackson, you're all over the Ravens, which I do. I think Washington's horrible. They're getting worse.
Then we like the Ravens laying the big wood.
Yep.
Moving on, we got the Cardinals who lost. Man, this was one that knocked me out of my survival pools last week. I had the Cardinals against Detroit, and Kyler Murray, they moved up and down the field, but threw 3 interceptions is why the game.
I like them this week, -3.5 to kind of come back. They'll reel him in here a little bit. Carolina's got really nobody, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Arizona's not ready. They're not a team you can take against anyone that's halfway decent in a survivor situation. They're better.
I know.
They're better, but they're not anywhere. They're still maybe a 7-win team, maybe. But they will win this week and cover 3.5.
All right. The next one on the list is the Vikings and Texans, but that's no line because I think Vikings because they played Tennessee last week. They're in quarantine and all that kind of shit.
I don't have that up here.
Right. Next one is the Giants and the Rams, Webb.
13 points to me still looks easy. Aaron Donald. I mean, how many turnovers? Dickie Dimes should just literally hand the ball to Aaron Donald and just stop wasting everyone's time and just give it to him. Giants are horrendous. This is going to be a 35-13 for sure. 42-13.
Just as bad as the other ones. I really think this blowout. Like you hate to go into the week saying, "Oh, we're laying 13 here and we're laying 13 here." Hate that, but how can unless Goff just throws 3 or 4 picks and they drop the ball and all that, you can't plan on that shit. So I'm gonna take.
They play a decent game, they'll beat them by 13.
Right. Patriots Chiefs next one on the list.
I like the Chiefs -7. They seem to, it's always tough after coming off a Super Bowl. They're going to be favored every game and get the benefit of the doubt in terms of the line. It's going to be higher than lower. New England's doing a very admirable job, but I just think the dude can throw the ball all over the field. New England just lost too many people. This touchdown is not the biggest line in the world here for the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs.
All right. Bills go to the Raiders.
This is a weird one. Buffalo -3, which kind of tells you no one's too sure about this. They're going to stumble here at some point. I'm going to punt on this game. Gun to my head, I would probably take the Raiders plus the points.
Yeah. This is a toss-up. For me, so we'll move on. Eagles, we talked about that. Go to the 49ers. You like the Eagles? I'm not so sure.
I do. I mean, they're not. I mean, Eagles are bad, but they're not that bad. And just the Niners have been decimated. Certainly on the defense, missing Bosa, that guy just kind of changes everything. Garoppolo is not going to crush you, especially he's limited with the resources that he has. Even if he is playing, if he's not, even better. But I'll take. You've been preaching points, so I'll take the points on this one.
Man. For a guy that hates the Eagles, you picked them. You like them a lot, Webb. You like them a lot.
Listen, man. It's a business. All right. I'm making money, baby.
Yeah, the Eagles stink. I'm telling you now, the Eagles stink.
Niners ain't nothing
You
either.
realize this
Niners
ain't
ain't no good either.
this ain't Reggie White, Randall Cunningham.
They
This
can
team
lose
stinks.
all they want. Lose by 6.
All right. Then we got the Packers and the Falcons. We already said we take the Packers in that one.
I mean, I don't know anyone's playing better than Aaron Rodgers. And he's got, he makes these receivers superstars. This dude Lassard and that dude with the hyphen plus the running back. It doesn't really matter who the tight end is. I don't even know if he has one. The defense, who cares who he has? The Falcons, these are one of these teams that are 0-3 and 3-0 this is where you're going to see them start changing a little bit. But there's no way I can have any faith in the Falcons, and especially with Julio Jones being out. So that's fuck that.
All right, so let's see. We got the NFL picks are in. We got the Jets, Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Packers, Browns, Tampa Bay, Cardinals, Ravens, Rams, and Kansas City.
And you were worried that we weren't going to have enough.
That's 11.
We got the head-to-head on the Colts and the Bears.
That's a win. That's a winner. I mean, I'll tell you, my money. We might not be doing this on the show, but I'll be having some money on the Bears this week.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be the first time ever someone wins. It's going to be 2.5.
My man Nick Foles,
career backup.
All right. Moving on. Okay, well now we get to college football. Friday night they got a game. Team we love. We've been on them 2 times already, and they blew out teams was BYU, but we also love the Louisiana teams too. So what you think about this one, Webb?
This Louisiana teams, especially in this scenario, getting 23.5 points. Shit, man, this is tough. I'm thinking that this BYU line may be a little inflated. I'm not sure it's going to matter at this point. Fuck. I'm going to go.
Louisiana Tech is 2-0, but their 2 wins are they beat Southern Miss only by 1, who Southern Miss got crushed by Tulane last week, and then they beat Houston Baptist or something like that with a decent score. But
I think I'm going to take the 24 points, 23.5 points.
Why not? Friday night, let's take some points.
All right, let's see. I just hope they win by 3 scores.
Yep. All right, fair enough. Moving into. Oh, there's a couple other games Friday, but nothing that
I don't have anything up here. Okay. That's the only one.
All right, so let's get into Saturday. Any things you see offhand that you like?
I was impressed by Florida. Trask look real good. I think South Carolina is still struggling. 17.5 is a number, especially in conference, but I think that they're outmatched the Florida defense combined with Trask. I do like Florida to cover 17.5, and I do like North Carolina up in Boston College to beat Boston College by 14. Those are 2 that struck me right off the bat. 2 favorites, obviously, but that's those are the 2 I had.
Okay, I like Florida for sure. I think Trask is they're going to be kind of like this year's LSU. I think all of a sudden Florida always plays good D, good special teams. All of a sudden this year they got a guy that can throw the ball around. Then they got some.
They got an NFL quarterback. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think Florida is going to be very good. I look for them to blow out South Carolina. The North Carolina, I'm not crazy about, but I'm okay with going with that. A couple games I do like also though. I like Oklahoma to bounce back from their big upset last week. And
yes, -7. Iowa State's proven to us a couple times. Yep. Now they're not that good. I like that too, actually. -7.
And I also like LSU gave up 600 yards passing to a Mike Leach offense at Mississippi State. That will not happen again. The team didn't know what they were walking into. They're one of their best secondary player was out for the game, last second scratch, and nobody knew what to expect out of Leach's offense. Now they see it on film a little bit. I think LSU bounces back and plays well and covers the 20 over Vanderbilt this week.
Yeah, I like that one too. 20.5 I got here. I think LSU, it's a tough spot for Vanderbilt coming off of that embarrassing, off of LSU getting embarrassed like that. So I think they come back and put a hurt and let some frustration out on the Commodores there.
All right, and then just one more before we run down some others. I like North Texas minus the 1.5 over Southern Miss. Southern Miss got crushed by Tulane last week. We've already talked about they lost to Louisiana Tech. North Texas usually puts on a decent squad out there.
Yeah, I like a good program.
I like the Mean Green. I like the Mean Green to beat Southern Miss in this one.
Yeah, it's only 1 point. It's at home. I don't have any issue with it. That's fine. I get that.
All right, and then there's a big SEC game this week. Is Auburn Where's that one at?
Auburn minus and Georgia 6.5. This is a very good game. Auburn did lose a bunch of people as it flew. I think Georgia may have the best defense in the country though. It's 6.5. 45 is the total. This is a real. I mean, that line is right on there for me.
Got our boy Nix.
Yeah.
Back there for Auburn. Georgia struggled a little bit early in that game. I think it was Arkansas they played last week. I thought Auburn had a nice win. Kentucky's not the Kentucky like we used to watch.
Kentucky's decent.
Kentucky's a quality team. I think I'm thinking about taking the points in this one, but I don't know.
I wouldn't mind it. I'll take the 6.5 there. I don't know that Georgia offensively. It's a good, an Auburn offense versus a Georgia defense, and I think that's good enough maybe to keep it close.
All right. And then I think you were saying you might like Ole Miss and.
Yeah, let me see that one. I like the quarterback against Kentucky. They're getting 6.5. Kentucky is good. I mean, they're legit. They're not that the punching bag of the SEC anymore. Not saying that they're they're top echelon SEC, but neither is Mississippi. I do like what they've done. I think Mississippi's going to win some games here. I like taking the points here too, plus 6.5.
All right, cool. Any other games? That's so far we got Louisiana Tech, Florida, North Carolina, Oklahoma, LSU, North Texas, Auburn, and Ole Miss. That's 8 games so far. Take a look. We'll take one last quick look at. I
was looking at Texas 13 over TCU, and then there was one more I saw. Mississippi State. I don't know what Leach is going to do. Arkansas looked okay last week, right? But they're getting 18 points. They're supposed to be down really bad this year, Arkansas. So,
right, they've been down. They've been down the last few years, but.
So those are the other two I thought.
Another big game. Alabama is laying 17 to Texas A&M.
I mean, I would not take the 17 here. I would, if I had to, I would bet Alabama. They're just fucking good, man. That's just pro. They just pumping them out. They got again an off. Even I like the quarterback Jones. I don't know. He seems to be flying underneath the radar. He's played in huge games for them. They got receivers. They got linemen. They got running backs. They got linebackers. You name it, they got it. So I don't know. I mean, 17 again is a pretty big number, but
I definitely not taking A&M.
I hear that. I agree with that.
So, but I'm okay. Maybe Texas. Does Texas bounce back and play better this week? I mean, Texas Tech gave them all they got. Now they play TCU. I mean,
TCU fought hard. I mean, but they're limited. And that just shows you. I don't think Iowa State is really any good. So right. I do like Texas. I think he's going to start throwing that ball around a little bit. Ehringer, just to they're going to do him a favor, let him showcase his talents a little bit. Especially, this is week 2 or for them, 2 or 3 for them. So he's got to start making a move because this is a truncated season. So
all right. And so we'll go Texas. Another game I like getting points. We were on Tennessee last week. We got backdoored a little bit. South Carolina was getting 4.5, and they kick a field goal down by 7 with 3 minutes left to get it a 4-point game. Never got the ball back. I mean, what dumbass shits is that? But so anyway, Tennessee is going to have a better year this year, but I'm not ready to lay an 11.5 to Missouri. I kind of like Missouri in this spot. They played Alabama last week. Everybody's going to look bad against Alabama. I think they can bounce back and keep this at least with a ball game.
This game's in Tennessee. I don't know. I don't have any feeling either way. I'll give to you. I mean, 11.5 is a decent number. This is supposed to be Tennessee's year, so they are. I'm sure they're feeling pretty good. They had a conference win, so I could think this could go either way, and it's 11.5. I don't see Missouri winning this game. I'll tell you that.
Well, that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4,
maybe 10.
10 games.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. 10 games is good. We got Ole Miss and Kentucky. We said Ole Miss. All right, I'm cool with 10 games. There it is.
10 games perfect. We got them covered morning till noon. We got Thursday night covered.
All right. Keep an eye out at the end at the end of the program. I'm going to put, because the chickens didn't get the video. The video got a little messed up of them picking the shit. So I'm going to get the video out there of the chickens talking shit. So we'll pop that on at the end. And so just want to thank everybody. Listen, tell some friends. Facebook, The Wager Makers Podcast, Twitter at The Wager Makers, Instagram at The Wager Makers. If you want to email us anything, fantasy football question, who to start, who to do, whatever, send us a message there or email us at thewagermakers@gmail.com. You can track our picks at sportswatchmonitor.com. Thank you very much to John Grove for the bumper music. Will Burr Investigations up there in Monmouth County. If you have any kind of investigative needs up there, let them know. What about Nick Perrone? He's putting in money for the contest.
MM3 Technologies. Yep.
MN3 Technologies. MN3 Technologies. Check them out up in the New Jersey area. Tune in Radio, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Devin's going to tell you about YouTube.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.
Thanks, Devin. Google Play Music, Podbean, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. We're going to be putting on a few more things. I think we got Amazon podcast and a few other things we might be coming up. We're also been working on, you might have seen me go on YouTube Live and Facebook Live last week. Just for a little trial thing. We might be doing a live podcast here pretty soon to see how that
take
works.
your callers, baby. Look out.
Taking callers. So, all right. There was one more thing I wanted to say before we're going to have the chickens on there.
Before we go, we got to give you some winners in these MLB series.
Go ahead. What's the winners, Webb?
Starting tomorrow, we got the Cubs, Marlins. Love the Cubs, -190 in the series. It's easy. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres are -195. Cards are +165. I'm going to punt on that one. I do love the Braves, -145 in the series over the Reds. And then the Dodgers are laying 390 over the Brewers, but they are not losing that series. So that's a giveaway if, on a small entertainment type bet. But all over the Cubs, they're not losing to Marlins neither. So Darvish and them guys will take care of business on that one. So
cool.
two guarantees there. Two and a half guarantees.
There you go. Damn, I was okay. I guess that's about it tonight. Hey, the Wager Maker Express coming through, baby. Wager Maker Express coming through. All right. So thank you all for listening. Thank you. Please tell some friends. Check it out. Share it. Like it. Subscribe. All that good stuff. Hit the bell. And that's it. Thank you all very much.
Brick by brick, baby. Thank you to Thrives Fantasy Sports. Thanks to Nick and everyone listening. Devin said we had 117 listeners, but only 2 likes when she's been stalking us. She's one of our followers. She subscribed. So everyone, you need to hit the like. Do us a favor. I'm getting shit from my kids. So let's
start liking and subscribing.
Let's like, subscribing, forward, and sharing. Do whatever. Yeah, I got to explain to my 9-year-old how come I only have 2 likes. She said, when am I going to be YouTube famous? Me and Uncle Smitty. So hook us up. Brick by brick, baby. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody.
Hey, loser makers. Looks like you took the defeat this week. Here's my winning picks. I'll take the Broncos, Saints, Chiefs, Eagles, and Packers. Maybe if you guys are lucky, I'll poop out some knowledge nuggets for you, and then you can eat them and be as intelligent as me.